sure you know more. Again, she is Thompson's favorite. She loves the program.
You know, for the time when she was competing, she was always, again, just a great teammate. She was somebody that we always ask for more.
Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome to the Towson Sports Network. I'm former Towson gymnast Tandy Knight here at TU Arena with Towson University Women's Gymnastics. This is our final regular season home meet, and tonight we are hosting William & Mary and Eagle rivals George Washington University. Joining me is another alum and former Tiger gymnast, Dr. Zoe Packard. Zoe, how are you feeling tonight?
I am so excited for this little tri-meet that we have here in TU Arena tonight. I think it's going to be a great battle between these three teams, and I'm really excited to see what these teams have in store for us tonight.
I know. As you know, we're coming down to the wire, end of the season. This is the last push for these gymnasts to really kind of secure their position into the postseason. So tonight's theme, Own Your Roar, is an awareness program that encourages students and student athletes to advocate for their own mental health. Started by former Towson gymnast Olivia Lubarski, her goal was to use sports as the platform to increase awareness and start the conversation about the hidden epidemic that is mental health. Since 2018, when Olivia started this program, we have seen countless high-profile athletes, such as Simone Biles, start advocating for their mental health. It's so important for colleges, coaches, and parents to support this awareness to make sure their athletes are not only strong physically, but mentally healthy as well. Last Sunday, the Tigers lost by 1/10 to University of Maryland in a dual meet here at TU Arena, but came away with their third highest team score of the season with a 196.625, improving their national qualifying score to 196.525, which is the highest NQS in TU history. They've jumped up 2 more spots in the national rankings to 30th, putting them on the bubble to go straight to the second round of the NCAA Regional Championships. Zoe, with 2 more meets to go, what do the Tigers need to do to secure that second round berth?
I think, honestly, they really just need to keep up what they've been doing the past couple of weeks. Then they really need to lock in those lineups. We're still seeing some lineup changes from week to week, still trying to really hone in on who's going up, who those 6 gymnasts are going to be. But I mean, honestly, Towson's been doing great the past couple of weeks. I think they've found their stride a little bit, and they just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest change from last week I'd like to see is stuck landings. We were not, on vault and bars, not sticking a lot. Beam, they did a great job. Floor was pretty good. So a few more stuck landings, and we could see another 197 again tonight.
For sure.
So the Tigers head coach is Jay Ramirez, joined by associate head coach Ashley Sauer. They are assisted by former Towson gymnast Jazz Kaufman. So Zoe, as we were saying, it's the end of a very long season. What do you think the coaches are doing to keep the athletes focused and ready for this final push before the postseason?
I think it's just remembering what the goal is. I know Jay and Ashley and the girls on this team have been super into imagining and getting that dream mind from the start. So they knew as soon as this season started that winning Eagles was their primary objective, and then getting into that first round of regionals. And I think it's just remembering that and realizing everything that you've worked for up until this point was for that moment, and now it's time to just go out and do it.
Yeah. And I think we've seen the past few weeks that focus and kind of zoning in on that, achieving those goals. So tonight's competition will have Towson starting on vault, George Washington on bars, William & Mary on beam. This is a tri-meet, so there will always be one event opened. We'll start with floor as open tonight. And if you're new this year to the Towson Sports Network, we're excited to announce that we're using a tri-screen so that you can enjoy each team's full lineup on every event. We hope that gymnastics fans will have a better experience by getting to watch the entire competition. So the vault lineup for the Tigers tonight is super senior Jenna Wheats. Then we have Polina Belanovsky, Felicia Pobletti, Cami Vitoff, Ritasha Halsell, Elise Tisler, and doing an exhibition tonight is Adriana Hoffman. So last week, Towson had another solid vault performance, but no one stuck their landing. So I'm looking forward to seeing that improve tonight, as we mentioned earlier, in front of this home crowd. Zoe, what else do you want to see from the Tigers on vault?
Stuck landings are objective number 1.
Yes.
And then we really need to see them rise and lift off the table. And then you're also looking for the distance away from the table. And then legs are glued together, straight knees, pointed toes. And then find that stuck landing.
So I got here super early today to watch warm-ups. And from where we sit, we don't get the best view of vault. So during warm-ups, I was standing right where a judge would sit. And when Ritasha did her vault, we know it's a powerful vault. It's a beautiful vault. She gets tons of distance. I had no idea the height, though, that she gets when you're standing right on the side. I actually had to lift my head up to see this vault. It is that high off of the vaulting table. So I hope she can put that out here on the competition floor tonight. So the touch has finished. We'll get ready to start. On bars for George Washington, I'll go through their lineup real quick. Annalise Silverman will be starting for George Washington on bars. And we have super senior Jenna Wheat starting for the Tigers on vault. Wow. One of the better vaults she's done over the past couple of weeks. Not quite that stuck landing we were looking for, but a very small hop. Got really good amplitude off the vault for her and distance also. She's a tiny one, so it's harder for her to get that distance.
See the replay here.
And this is a Yurchenko full. The start value of this, really nice form in the air too. Start value for this is a 995, so a perfect score for this couldn't be a 10 anyway. And we will get you scores as we can see them. We don't sit in the best place. So we'll hopefully can get you scores as the meet goes through.
And it looks like GW's getting a head start over on the uneven bars. Had a blind change right to a piked Jaeger, straight over to a shoot over down to the low bar. A blind full, right to a double back. Fought for that landing and found it. Her chest was a little low, which that will be a deduction, unfortunately. Just a little bit of a form break throughout that routine. But solid start for GW.
And I think we're still waiting for the score for Jenna Wheat. We have William and Mary on beam with Hannah Burke. And that's her series. Flip-flop layout, step out. Little unsteady on that landing, so that will be a deduction. And we've got a 9-8 for Jenna Wheats to start off the Tigers on vault. And up next is sophomore Paulina Belanovsky. Paulina just came back into the lineup after battling an injury for most of the preseason and season. Beautiful vault. Oh. Again, not a stuck landing, a big hop on the landing there, but she is so clean in the air.
And the height
Great
and the
form,
distance.
height and the distance, yeah. She was our probably strongest and most consistent vaulter last year, sticking probably a good portion of the season. Again, she's battling a foot and ankle injury, so sticking is probably a little bit harder for her. She hasn't had the numbers really in the gym to kind of get that down, but even with a hop, it's a beautiful vault. I believe that was Delaney Dahan for GW on the bars, just finishing.
Bars seems to be an event that GW has kind of struggled on this year, primarily with form breaks. So we've seen a lot of bent knees, leg separation, so that's an event that they're really going to want to clean up before Eagle Championships next week.
But there's a few meets where they've hit bars. You know, it just seems to be an inconsistent event for them, but the potential is there. Up next for the Tigers on vault is Felicia Pobletti. So Felicia does a really unique vault. She does the Yurchenko entry, but instead of just going back onto the vaulting table, she does a full twist first and then a pike souk off of the table. It's a 10-0 start value. And we have a 9.825 for Paulina on vault for the Tigers. And here goes Felicia. Wow. One of her better vaults. Her chest was down pretty low. That will be a significant deduction. She did have a step on the landing, but it was a really clean vault for her. That vault, honestly, is so difficult to get that amplitude or pop off of the vaulting table. You'll see it here in the replay. Just chest really low on the landing. But it is a 10-0 start value, so once she can get that just a little bit higher, land with the chest up a little bit more, that is going to score really, really well. And a series on beam for William and Mary. Really nice flip-flop layout. Side aerial, a little balance check there. And it looks like it was a 9.85 for Felicia. Great score. And up next, super senior Cami Vitov. Gonna see another Yurchenko full. Wow, the height on that. Oh, not a stuck landing again, but that was one of the higher vaults I've seen her do all season.
Definitely was.
Cami has been in the vault lineup her entire career. She has been a staple, one of the strongest vaulters Towson has ever had, is capable of doing a Yurchenko 1.5, has chosen not to do it this season. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I think she had that landing. She just didn't trust it. Oh, so close.
And Cami is not only a super senior, but she is also the president of Own Your Roar,
Yes,
and
she
has
is.
done a phenomenal job continuing that program that Olivia Lebarsky, my teammate, started, and has done a fantastic job bringing awareness to the mental health crisis among student athletes. So kudos to you, Cami.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see who takes that over next year after she graduates. Hopefully another gymnast. I assume it's not just gymnasts that have to run it. It's for the whole student body and student athletes. So next up on vault for the Tigers is first year Ritasha Halsell, and wow. I'm just going to say wow.
Wow's an understatement.
Yeah. Another Yurchenko full. I mean, look at the distance. She's almost running out of mat. Again, slight hop on that landing. I'm super excited to see her back. I know last week on vault, she kind of felt something a little crunchy in her elbow. She's wearing a little brace, but she said she's fine, just precautionary. Clearly didn't stop her at all this week from that beautiful vault. We've got bars and beam going here.
Kendall Whitman over on uneven bars for GW. Shoot over down to low bar. Had a little bit of a leg separation, so that'll be a deduction. Does do a super interesting dismount.
That's like old school. I love it. I feel like that's one of those dismounts that could kind of get out of control. It's like a helicopter. It's just going to keep winding. She has been such a strong and solid gymnast for GW. And up next, we have Elise Tisler for the Tigers. Oh!
Beautiful.
That was amazing. So Elise does a Yurchenko 1.5. It's a 10-0 start value. She has been so phenomenal on this event this year, coming off of an injury last year that she basically sat out all of last season. And to come back so strong on this event, I mean, it's insane. She's had a 9.975 this year with a perfect 10. She's 24th in the nation on this event, 3rd in the region, 1st in Eagle. I mean, just phenomenal. And we're hearing some yelling, so I think we're going to see a really good score here. And Cami Vitov went 9.85, and Ratasha also went 9.85. And a 9.95 for Elise. This is a great, great vault event tonight for the Tigers.
Back over on the uneven bars for GW. A little short on that last handstand.
And we have Adriana Hoffman for the Tigers. Another Yurchenko. Oh, wow. That was a great vault also. She's doing an exhibition, so for those of you who don't know, she's not part of the vault lineup or final score on vault. She's actually been in the lineup all season. Again, it's weird at the end of the season. We're seeing this play around with the lineup. She has a beautiful Yurchenko full. You'll see here. Oh, the slightest of hops, almost a stuck landing. I will have to say her vault is the most improved. Her and Felicia are the most improved vaulters from last season. I mean, really just phenomenal job of keep pushing the limits, not settling for what you're doing, and just keep pushing yourselves. Well, balance check there for her leap series. Might not get the connection bonus for that. Really nice front toss over into her beat jump. I like how she finished with her chest completely straight up. And a 9.875 for Adriana Hoffman for the Tigers on vault. Again, that score won't count, although we could have used it. That's always the funny thing about exhibition. Sometimes the exhibition score was one you would have wanted in your lineup.
Great to have that as in your back pocket, though. Seeing a replay of that dismount there.
1.5, big step forward. So let's just talk about Towson on vault a little bit. Their strongest event this season, most consistent event, which a few years ago would not have been the case at all. They are currently ranked 16th in the nation on vault, second in the region. And first in Eagle. Really amazing. We already talked about Elise's highlights, but let's also talk about Ratasha and Cami, because they are tied. They both have the same average score. Both are 14th in the region and 5th in Eagle. And it's a really, really amazing vault team that they have put together this season.
And historically, vault has not been...
No. Vault's the event we always want to just get over with.
Correct.
And hope nobody does something crazy. And now I'm excited to watch the vault every time. And it looks like the Tigers have finished with a 49.325 on vault. Probably one of their highest of the season.
And we're still missing those stuck landings.
Yeah, we're still missing stuck landings. I mean, if you think about that, there's 3 to 4 tenths we're missing right there just for stuck landings. And they were really much more consistent in the beginning of the season up through just maybe 3 weeks ago with sticking. So the last 2 meets have been where they're a little off. Maybe they're just saving it for Eagles next week. They're just going to stick every vault.
Let's go with that.
Okay. And it looks like GW has finished bars with a 48.95. William & Mary is still finishing up on beam.
I always think balance beam is the hardest event to start on.
Start and finish. Either one, yeah. Flip-flop layout. Little balance check there. Big break there. Also, the connection between the two skills is a little questionable. The judges might give it to her. Cat leap into her aerial. And again, you know, it just seems like she's a little off, doesn't quite have that confidence to stick those landings. Setting up for her dismount. Gainer full. Really nice stuck landing, chest up on that.
Beautiful dismount.
Beautiful dismount. So William and Mary is actually coming off their highest score of the season last week with a 194.925. And they hit season highs on bars, beam, and floor. So they're really kind of trying to zone in here at the end of the season as well. We can get you some scores on beam. Our scores are not popping up yet for William and Mary, but we'll try and get those for you as soon as possible. So Kelsey Hinton has been their head coach for 5 seasons, but 9 years total because she was the assistant coach prior to that. William and Mary has always been one of those programs that has been very consistently good and pushing the envelope of being great. I know over the past few years, as with many programs in the NCAA, their funding has been cut. The program has been threatened to be cut also, and they have to fight to save it. And, you know, it makes it really challenging. It's been interesting, though, that we've seen universities adding college gymnastics to their athletic departments, which has not been the trend until recently, when we're seeing 2 HBCU programs added, Long Island University, who's in our conference, and Clemson University. And so what we hope to see is that trend continue, where programs are continually funded, not cut, and maybe even added. It's always a good thing. Beautiful series there for her to start on beam. Nice switch combo. Didn't quite hit the full extension. Wow, that is a very difficult skill. Again, didn't quite hit full extension on that. Oh, big hop. Other than that, really solid routine. Yeah, she should be really happy with that.
Should.
No form breaks or balance checks at all while on the beam. Just that big hop on the landing there. For her dismount, you see.
I love
Really,
how confident
really, yes,
she had, too.
She had that confidence. And honestly, on beam, if you have anything else, just have confidence, no matter what you're doing up there. That is the event that will break you down pretty quickly if you don't go up there with, 100% effort. So vault and bars are obviously quicker events. That's why they have finished first. So the spotlight is on beam and William and Mary for this first rotation. Here we go. And I believe the last routine for William and Mary went 9.8. Well deserved. Really nice series. Took that step backwards out of it. I don't think she needed to do that, though. That technically should be a deduction. So split jump to split full. That second jump, very, very difficult. She did not hit full extension again, though, and had her knees were also a little loose on that. Didn't lock out. And again on that one, just did not hit full extension. The back toe wasn't pointed. Very simple skill, just a cartwheel, but honestly, that'll be the skill that'll get you every time. And here's setting up for dismount. Gainer pike off the end. Very nice job on that dismount. And here you'll see the replay. Really nice height off of that. Finished with her chest straight up. Nice duck landing.
Great way to finish.
Yeah. And that does it for William and Mary on beam. Okay, so that finishes our first rotation. We will head to a break and bring you the updated scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network. Welcome back to the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight alongside Zoe Packard here at TU Arena for Towson Women's Gymnastics. After the first rotation, Towson is in the lead with a 49.325. George W. with a 48.95 is in second, and William and Mary right behind with a 48.575. The second rotation will feature Towson on bars, George Washington on beam, William and Mary on floor, and vault will be open during this rotation. So the lineup for Towson on bars is Lauren Keener, Lauren Green, Super Senior Cami Vitoff, Clara Hong, Senior Grace Valancourt, and anchoring is Isabella Minervini. We have two exhibitions tonight, both seniors, with Amanda Petticelli and Sarah Giroux. So Towson has a lot of depth on bars, and they continue to impress with difficult routines, great form. I really love how the Tigers have raised the bar, pun intended, on this event, and challenged themselves to continually improve. The hard work has clearly paid off. Zoe, what do you think?
I mean, this event is almost amazing to watch. Sometimes I just want to sit back and watch it and not say anything, because it's just the legs are glued together. They're hitting the handstands. They're finding the landing on the dismount. And this team and this program have put so much time and dedication into this event.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to watch now.
I agree. And what I love most about Towson's lineup, we don't have those cookie cutter routines. It is not that same routine, or 3 or 4 gymnasts do the exact same routine, which you will see across the nation. And even a few years ago, something that we did, everyone had literally the same routine. And you're going to see different skills, unique skills, really, really challenging and difficult combinations, and some great dismounts as well. So GW is on beam. Let's talk about them a little bit. So they are actually ranked first in Eagle on beam. Their season high has been a 196.625. Maya Peters is ranked third on beam in the Eagle. And they are, as a team, second in Eagle, right behind the Tigers. And William and Mary has saluted to start on floor.
You're going to see Lauren Keener on the uneven bars. Beautiful first handstand there. Right into a straddle Jaeger and then right back down to the low bar. Gonna do a blind full right into a double back. Oh, I thought she had it.
She did have it. Oh, the slightest of hops. That will be the most minor of deductions. As always, great lead off on bars for the Tigers.
Gonna see a replay of her dismount here. Oh, she just had her arms pulled up just a second earlier. I think she would have had it.
And we're back to our quad screen here so you can see the other routines. Really pretty jump series on beam for George Washington. That's Annalise Silverman. Hannah Burke on floor for William and Mary. Little low on that landing on floor there. And strong routine on beam for George Washington to start this event, or this rotation. Excuse me. I love what Towson does. I don't know if other teams do this, but the gymnast that just competed goes to the next gymnast and just sends them that vibe, that come on, you've got this, the confidence.
You've got to give a little shout out to this leotard too.
Yeah, I saw this leotard earlier in the season, and I love it. I love the sparkle. I love the reference to the flag. Us Marylanders, we love our flag, so. And this is Lauren Green for the Tigers on bars.
Lauren does some beautiful Stalder work. Right into that piked Jaeger and back down to the low bar. And if there's one area of this bar routine that Lauren hasn't quite figured out yet is this dismount and whether or not she can find the stuck landing.
Oh, she found it last week.
She did.
Little step there. That was a super clean routine for her. That
was.
was one of her highest release moves, and that overshoot was really nice and high as well. Strong start. And Lauren Keener started us off with a 9.85. Oh, Stalders are so pretty. And this is what I was talking about, where Towson just has some unique skills. You don't see Stalder work, especially the front Stalder called an endo that she does at the beginning of the routine. Really unique skill. Nice double tuck for William and Mary on floor.
Nice switch ring. There was a little shy on the amplitude on that last leap, but the first one was beautiful.
Dismount on beam for GW. Round off double full stock. Really nice. And I believe that was Sarah Zoy, or Zoe. Sorry, excuse me.
And we're going to have Cami Vitoff over on the even bars.
Oh, huge Ginger.
One of the better ones I've seen her do. Sometimes she does separate her legs a little bit, but that one was much improved.
Yeah.
Fought for that last handstand.
Good save there.
And a huge full in.
Oh,
Just that small hop on the landing. But still a great routine
that was
for
beautiful.
the super senior.
Yeah. And for those of you wondering why we're referring to her and Jenna as super seniors, because this is actually their 5th year. Because of COVID, they were granted the option of picking up a 5th season, which they both opted to do, and we are so glad they did. But that's why we call them super seniors, compared to just the regular seniors. I believe this is Brooke Izzo on beam for George Washington. Good save on that series, triple series. Looks like she almost ran out of beam. Was smart enough to pull that in. Really nice first leap. The second jump was a little off, didn't quite hit the first full extension. Solid full turn. And we have Clara Hong on bars for the Tigers.
Beautiful first handstand there. Great piked Jaeger. Gonna do a shoot over down to the low bar. She does a super difficult dismount, so she's gonna land forward.
Oh.
Had that step, but was able to pull it around. It looked like she pulled in just a tad, but
Yeah.
again, from the camera angle, it's kind of hard to tell exactly how close she was to the high bar, but throughout the routine,
Yeah.
legs were glued together. I really
Super
didn't see.
clean, beautiful rhythm. This dismount is one of the hardest ones you can do. You're traveling back towards the bar. You have a blind landing. She tends to under-rotate it, so honestly, I'd rather her slightly over-rotate it. It's a little easier to save. When you under-rotate, you usually end up sitting down, unfortunately, which she's done a couple times this season. But the last few meets, she's really kind of figured that out. And I'll try to get you some more bar scores here for the Tigers. And we have senior Grace Valancourt on bars.
Beautiful
Wow.
straddle Jaeger, right down to the low bar. And we just have to sit back and watch this dismount.
Yeah. Ah.
Beautiful.
I was watching her during warm-ups, and if she did not stick it, the look on her face is like, no, not acceptable. Like, she is such a perfectionist, and I love that. There was a slight hop there. You'll see it here on the replay. But look at the height she gets. And this one she actually peeled off a little early, but she almost finishes above the bar. Slight hop on that landing. So clean throughout that whole routine.
Gonna miss that
We
bar
are going to
routine next
miss
year.
that bar routine. Almost stuck landing there on beam for GW. I think that's Kendall. And on bars, we have a 9.85 for Lauren Keener, 9.875 for Lauren Green, 9.85 for Cami Vitoff, 9.825 for Clara Hong, and a 9.9 for Grace Valancourt. Well deserved. And anchoring bars for the Tigers this evening is Bella Minervini.
Beautiful first handstand there. Huge Tkachev right down to the low bar. Beautiful half pirouette. Getting ready for her dismount here.
Oh!
I mean, what can you say?
I mean, I don't know what else to say about Bella.
Every
She's
handstand was hit.
phenomenal.
A huge Tkachev to start off the routine, and then finishing with this dismount. Well above the high bar, finds that stuck landing. I mean, there's nothing wrong in my opinion.
No. Can we just talk about, okay, so last year on bars, we were ranked as high as like 9th in the nation at one point. We haven't quite hit that this year, but to be honest, I think our bars are stronger this year than last year. We're ranked 30th in the nation, 5th in the region, 1st in Eagle. I mean, you know, we had our highest program bar score in history back on February 23rd with a 49.45. Bella has scored a 9.975 twice, and it might be 3 times if we can see a score here. I'm not sure. So she has received a 10 from at least one judge twice already this season. She is 6th in the nation on bars, 2nd in the region, 1st in Eagle. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. But you know what I do want to say is, as phenomenal as Bella is on bars, it kind of overshadows how phenomenal Grace Valancourt is also on bars.
I agree.
Those two finishing up 5 and 6 in the lineup, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better two to finish on bars.
And now we have senior Amanda Petticelli. We're going to see the same dismount that we saw earlier in the lineup.
Oh,
Had to take that step back, but still a really great routine for Amanda. She's been one of those who's been in this exhibition spot multiple times and has always been trying to fight her way into the lineup. And Amanda's a fighter. She's had shoulder surgery and has come back from that and has never given up. And the leader that she is in and outside of the gym,
yeah. She's going to be missed.
she is going to be missed.
So Towson looks like Isabella did go 9.975, her third time this season. And Towson tied their bar record with a 49.45. Amazing. And I was talking about Grace as well. She has gone 9.95 for a season high this year, 9.9 last week, 9.9 this week. She's ranked 13th in the region, third in Eagle. I mean, her bars are beautiful. I feel like sometimes it's overshadowed by Bella anchoring and also being so beautiful, but those routines I would put up against each other any day of the week. Any school in the nation would love to have those 2 bar routines. William and Mary on floor with a little LL Cool J music, going back to Cali. This is from back in my day, Zoe, in case you weren't sure what that was. Double pike, did land low, chest was low. And here's Sarah Giroux, also a senior, doing exhibition on bars for the Tigers. Does have a little mistake there.
Has a little bit of that leg separation, but like we said, this is just an exhibition routine. And if I had to guess, this is for Sarah to just enjoy the moment on her senior night, get one last bar routine in at TU Arena.
And she has the most amazing full-in dismount.
She does.
Like, seriously, it's gorgeous. And I will say, Sarah kind of started out as bars. Bars was the only event she was ever going to do. And she has a really beautiful bar routine, just struggled with like some inconsistency and some form breaks. And at some point in her junior year said, you know what, I'm going to push for beam too while I'm at it. And has ended up being in the beam lineup last year as a junior and this year as a senior and doing amazing things on beam as well. So kudos to her for never giving up on what she wanted to get out of this sport and being a Tiger gymnast. We have GW on beam, setting up for her dismount, gainer pike, slut forward.
Unfortunately, there was a fall in that beam routine.
Yeah, you can tell by the look on her face.
It looks like GW had solid beam routines before that.
Yeah.
So
again, in college gymnastics, 6 gymnasts compete on each event. You count the top 5 scores. So if you do have a routine that had a mistake, it wasn't the score you wanted, you do have the opportunity to drop that score. It will not affect your final tally.
And it does look like we're going to have some exhibition routines for GW.
And again, usually at this time of the season, we're not seeing exhibitions anymore. The lineups are pretty much set. Now, the nice thing for Towson is if there is a senior that didn't make the lineup but can compete that event, they let them do it as kind of like a farewell, which I love. And you'll see there, that is Coach, Margie Foster Cunningham. She has been the head coach at GW for 39 seasons. She was the head coach when I competed, and let's just say that was a very long time ago, in a different century even. She is truly an amazing coach, amazing person. GW has always had an incredibly strong, solid, competitive program. And she has just done amazing things there. And then I was actually doing a little research on Margie. She was a 5-time All-American at Penn State University.
Amazing.
So, I mean, I've only ever known her as a coach, but I had no idea her talents as a gymnast as well.
We're seeing William and Mary over on floor. Round off double pike. I always think it's so difficult to do a double back or double pike just out of the round off.
Yeah. We see that frequently, well, not frequently, but every now and again, and it's usually because the gymnast has had some type of back injury and can no longer do the back handspring without pain, basically.
We'll round off double back.
really unique scale on beam for George Washington. I like that.
And then 1.5 to a punch front layout.
And Gainer Pike off the beam for George Washington. I believe you said that was an exhibition routine on
I
beam.
believe it was.
There was a fall. But she, after the fall, really finished strong.
She
And
did.
that's what you want to see. We're not always going to hit perfect routines, but you want to see that gymnast always fighting for every 10. You see here we have a little lull in the competition. It looks like we have at least one more gymnast up on floor and beam. Getting her last words of encouragement from her coach. And that last floor for William and Mary went 9-7.
First pass. Ugh. Punch front double full, a very difficult skill. Unfortunately, we'll have to have that deduction for a fall.
Yeah, she just didn't get enough height. Really pretty mount on beam, round off flip-flop mount. You don't see gymnasts doing difficult mounts anymore. It's usually not worth the risk. Oh.
Thought she had
And
that.
again, yeah, I think she had that. Again, this is an exhibition routine, we believe.
It looks like GW went 49.375
Okay.
on beam. So
Oh, excellent.
yes.
So
They
this
had
is definitely the exhibition
yes,
then.
they
Wow, double turn. This gymnast is really going old school. Difficult dismount, double turn. I love it. Nice jumps, good extension on there. So to me, the only reason this is an exhibition is probably just a matter of consistency still, because this is one of their more difficult routines, and it is beautiful. So it'll just be a matter of getting the confidence. Beautiful dismount, hop on the landing. Yeah, that routine is packed,
It's packed.
full of difficulty. So for her at this point, it's just a mental piece.
Yep.
And once she figures that out, watch out. Beautiful. All right, so that does it for our second rotation. We will bring you scores when we come back. Stay tuned to the Towson Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight with Zoe Packard here at TU Arena. So let's get you some scores. Halfway through the meet, the Tigers are in the lead with a 98.775, followed by GW with a 98.325, and in third place is William & Mary with a 97.225. The third rotation will feature Towson on beam, George Washington on floor, William & Mary on vault, and bars will be open. The beam lineup for the Tigers is Lauren Keener, Clara Hong, senior Sarah Giroux, super senior Jenna Wheats, and senior Grace Valancourt. Anchoring is freshman Brisa Portillo, and we do have an exhibition planned with first year Ritasha Halsell. So last Sunday, Towson hit their highest beam score of the season, and I would argue that they still didn't have their best performance. As with bars, Towson has depth on beam, which makes it challenging to set a lineup every week. Zoe, how do you think this affects the gymnasts at this point in the season?
I mean, at this point, I think they're used to having a different lineup every weekend.
They pretty much have had one different one every week.
Which is a little abnormal. So most of the time there's a little movement of the lineup at the start of the season. Everyone's trying to find what position works best for the team, what works best for them. But Towson's really mixed it up a lot this season. I'm not sure if we've had a consecutive beam lineup from weekend to weekend. But honestly, I kind of think it's helping them. It's making them more sharp. It's making them pay more attention to taking it one skill at a time, and the intention and the focus has to be there on every routine because it's different every weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the
I think it's also a way to just keep pushing them. They can't get comfortable with their position in the lineup because it might not be there next week.
Exactly.
They have to keep fighting. So we have Peyton Lynch on floor for George Washington.
And George Washington is always such a fun team to watch on floor. They have some huge tumbling passes. And we'll see a floor routine from Kendall Whitman later, which is just amazing to watch.
Yes. I also have always loved GW's choreography. Their attention to kind of matching the choreography and music with the personality of the gymnast. They do a phenomenal job with that. Up first on vault for William & Mary will be Grace Costello. And for the Tigers, we are starting off with junior Lauren Keener.
And a tuck full for William & Mary over on vault.
Beautiful series. So high. I love she just floats. Nice extension on that first leap into her second jump there. It's her combination, her dance combo. Cat leap into her front toss, right into her beat jump. Triple connection there. Really nice full turn. That is a requirement. That's why you see every gymnast do it. Most gymnasts would opt not to do it if they could. And a stuck land. Oh. Who else would you want starting off on bars and beam but Lauren Keener?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
The confidence, how clean every skill is. There was no doubt in her mind that she was going to nail that beam routine.
And I think of all of the events, this is the one where the first lead off is the most important in the entire lineup. It sets the tone, it sets the pace for the rest of this lineup on beam. And what you hope is that confidence just keeps trickling down to each routine. And up next on floor is Marley York for George Washington.
And a layout half over on vault, which is a very hard skill to land. Anytime that your momentum's going forward, it's very hard to stick. So we did see that step forward on the landing, but otherwise a good vault for William & Mary.
Yeah. Those blind landings, I really don't know why people choose those. Oh, gorgeous 2.5 on floor. So much height on that. And we have Clara Hong on beam for the Tigers. Oh. Okay, a little off, or I should say a lot off, unfortunately. The first side aerial was already off. She had to try and make that connection. But you're going to see some beautiful jumps here, full extension from Clara. Oh, the height on that. And again, the required full turn. Nicely done. Setting up for her dismount, punch front full with a stuck landing. Oh, unfortunately, her series had a pretty major deduction, but other than that, that routine was flawless. Classic Clara Hong, just so even keeled, incredible extension in form. Look at this stuck landing, no question. But a pretty significant deduction on her series, unfortunately.
And another Yurchenko tucked full over on vault for William & Mary. Did have to take a pretty significant step backwards and a little off to the side there, so we'll see a few deductions on the landing.
And I think what we're seeing for the first score on beam for the Tigers was a 9.925 for Lauren Keener, and well-deserved. I feel like because Lauren always goes first on beam, she kind of has that curse where she can't go over a 9.85. They just won't give it to her. But these judges tonight clearly recognized the talent that she has and scored her appropriately. Although if we remember, last year at Eagle Championships, it was Lauren anchoring on beam that won that meet for us.
Just thinking about that beam routine gives me chills a little bit.
I saw it in person. It was amazing.
Huge punch double front on floor for GW.
And Sarah Giroux on beam for the Tigers, senior Sarah Giroux. Oh, perfect. Really nice jump series. That is something that's probably harder for her than her triple series, she told me, because she really pushes to get that full extension every time. Setting up for her dismount. Side aerial until 1.5. Sticks the landing. Oh. Can I just say, I am so proud of Sarah. She never gave up on herself, kept fighting. And it wasn't really just for her as much as it was also just for the team. She knew she could contribute. She fought to do it. Just amazing. Last week, she scored a 9.9, which was her season and career high. I think we might see that again tonight or something close to it.
She has just grown so much over the past 4 years, and getting to watch that beam routine and to have her hit it on senior night, it's just so special.
And on vault, we have another Yurchenko layout half. We're seeing some really cheering and clapping over on beam. We'll get you that score shortly. A 9.95 for Sarah Giroux, so breaking her own personal record from last week. Oh, she is on fire.
And truly no one more deserving.
No. Super senior Jenna Wheats on beam for the Tigers. Beautiful front aerial right into the beat jump. Gorgeous flip-flop layout. Split jump into a split ring. A little short on that. She needed to throw her head back just a little bit more. We'll see what the judges do with that. Beautiful full turn. And getting ready for her dismount. She has a cartwheel into a gainer full off the side. And another stuck landing. Oh. Beautiful job. Beautiful, beautiful. So the Tigers know, Claire's routine wasn't quite hit the way we want. That's the score we're going to want to drop. They're fighting for every 10th. Great job for senior Jenna Wheats. It's always amazing to me. We have 3 teams here, and no one's competing at the moment. Have this little lull in the competition. So GW is second on floor and eagle. Towson's first. So it's neck and neck. Really, GW and Towson have kind of been neck and neck all season. It's such a good rivalry. Local team.
Taking a look at William and Mary on vault. Yurchenko layout.
Yurchenko layout. Big hop on the landing. Again, a more, a simpler vault than you're seeing. And on those vaults, you want to do them as cleanly as possible. Stick the landing to maximize your score. And there was the replay.
A nice Rudy to start on floor. And it looks like we're having some start value issues on balance beam.
Yeah, it looks like one judge has it at a 9.8 and another at a 10. So they do have to conference. They have to be on the same page with the start value. Their scores don't always have to match. That's why we average them out. But the start value does have to. My guess is it was that ring jump. One judge gave it to her, one judge did not. So we will see. And she needed that ring jump to get that extra 0.2 bonus.
Some beautiful leaps over on floor.
And again, just beautiful choreography from GW. And their tumbling is really spectacular. It really is.
It really is.
So we've got Grace Valancourt, senior Grace Valancourt, up for beam. There's a little bit of a wait here. She's waiting for the other routine before her to get scored. What do you think is going through her mind right now?
She's staying in her bubble.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to let those thoughts creep in there, especially the longer you wait, you can't even really do anything during that period. You're just eagerly waiting to get up on the beam. So staying in the zone, staying locked in. You see her kind of jokingly back between her teammates. So just has to stay in that zone.
Yeah.
Trust what you've done in the gym, and then just get up and get it done. a huge 995 over on floor for GW.
Wow, it was a beautiful
It was.
routine. And here's the kicker. Their best gymnast on floor is getting ready to go. And at the same time, Grace will be on beam. So this is going to be hard to watch because you're going to want to watch both of these routines. But this is Kendall Whitman on floor. She has not one, not two, but 3 E-level passes on floor. And Grace is getting started on beam. Great punch front right into her beat jump. I can't tell you how difficult a standing front is, especially on balance beam.
A huge double front over on floor.
Really nice, slightly off on that. She adjusted in the air to fight for that landing. Very minor deduction on that. Switch, switch. Full turn. Grace is setting up for her dismount. Gainer off the side. Oh, and a stuck landing.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Now, I will have to say, that wasn't one of Grace's best routines, but it was really, really good. She was just slightly off. I mean, I'm being so nitpicky right now. Just slight little just adjustments here and there. No major deductions at all. That will score really, really well.
And Kendall Whitman for her last tumbling pass.
Oh,
Front double full.
most people struggle to do that for their first pass. I mean, can I just tell you, she's ranked first in Eagle on floor, second in the region.
Amazing.
She has had a 9.9 or higher on floor in every meet this season. But you know what is crazy? And here's Grace's dismount again. You'll see stuck landing, beautiful. What is crazy to me is I have seen Kendall compete this floor how many years now? And for whatever reason, even in her home gym, they will not give her a 10. I don't understand because I have seen her do perfect floor routines before. Just insane. Maybe we'll see it tonight.
I'm all for it. I think having those two routines going at the same time just shows how amazing the Eagle Conference has grown in the past couple of years.
Yeah. And even though we lost UNC and NC State, which clearly having the bigger schools in our conference helps, you know, I still see this being a really competitive conference. So we have freshman Brisa Portillo on beam for the Tigers. Front aerial, little stutter step there, excuse me. So this has been the challenge for Brisa all season, you know, and as a freshman coming in, she's also an international athlete. She's from Peru. So that, I mean, this is a big adjustment. College, new country, you know, it's just a lot. When she hits this routine, it is stunning. But she has struggled with consistency this season. And her dismount off the side did stick the landing. So again, for Brisa, this is a experience for her, and what we hope is that she takes this experience into next season as well and grows from this and learns, you know, the more you do it, the better you're going to get.
Exactly.
As long as you keep fighting for it and not giving up. So Kendall Whitman, the 10 has evaded her once again with a 9.975.
Still a huge score, but I would have given it to her.
Yeah, I mean, 3. Who else does 3? First of all, very few gymnasts even do 3 tumbling passes anymore.
Let alone 3 tumbling
E's.
passes.
I mean, I haven't taken a poll of the whole NCAA collegiate gymnastics floor lineup, but I don't think anyone else is doing that. So it looks like we know that Breeze's score is the one we're going to drop, that Towson went 49-325 on beam, even with one routine that wasn't at our best. So I think that breaks our season high, which we broke last week also.
399s or higher.
Let's just keep going here. And we do have an exhibition on beam with Ritasha Halsell. Yeah, so beam 9925 from Lauren Keener, 9675 from Clara Hong, 995 Sarah Giroux, 99 Jenna, 9875 Grace, and we're still waiting for Brisa's score, but that will be the one we drop. So it's interesting that Jenna went 9-9 when the judges were even arguing about the start value.
So it looks like one judge had her at a 9.8 and the other one had at a 10.0 start value. The judge who gave her the 10.0 start value somehow convinced the other judge that it was a 10.0 start value. Yep. And then, honestly, there weren't that many deductions in it.
It was
so
super clean routine.
Once that start value was figured out, the score worked out to be that 9.9.
And a 9.875 for Grace, which again, as we said, that wasn't one of her better routines for the season, although it was still a really good routine. I mean, that's how crazy it is. When she has a slightly off day, she still goes 9.875. And she is the reigning Eagle Beam champion, so. And Ritasha starting off strong on beam already. Setting up for her series. Flip-flop layout, nice. Slight balance check there. That was just more of, I think, checking herself. That was solid. Gorgeous split jump. Lacking the extension on that second jump. And again, this is the first time she's done beam all season, even though it's exhibition. I think this is predicting what's to come. You know, like, I think we need her in the beam lineup next year.
We
so
do.
let's get her some experience now. One and a half, very nice job.
Beautiful.
Wow, look at that. Great job for Ritasha. And here's the replay on that. Really nice height on that. So Towson is third in Eagle on beam. We struggled on beam at the beginning of the season, so it's understandable why, but we've gone 49 plus in the last 4 meets, and now again tonight, so the last 5 meets. We are, as we said earlier, Grace scored her 9.9 season high. She's had now 4 9.875s. She's 14th in the Reason, 2nd in Eagle, and as we said, she's the reigning Eagle Beam champion. So a great job for the Tigers on beam tonight, increasing their season high already. All right, so we have finished our 3rd rotation. Stay tuned to get scores here on the Towson Sports Network. Welcome back to the fourth and final event of the Towson Women's Gymnastics Competition here on the Towson Sports Network. I'm Tandy Knight, joined by Zoe Packard. We have some updated scores for you. The Tigers are still in the lead with a 148-1, GW with a 147-825, and William & Mary with a 145-7. This rotation will feature Towson on floor, George Washington on vault, William & Mary on bars, and no one will have to end on beam tonight. Isn't that nice? The floor lineup for the Tigers is senior Grace Valancourt, super senior Jenna Wheats. We have Carmela Calafati, Clara Hong, Elise Tisler, and Ritasha Halsell. And then exhibition will be super senior Cami Vitoff. So is there anything better than competing floor at home, I ask? No, there is not. This is where the crowd can really become a part of the meet. The gymnasts definitely feel the energy and love to show off their personality along with their skills. What are you looking forward to on floor tonight, Zoe?
I'm excited just to have fun and watch these amazing floor routines that I know that we're about to see. It's always special, too, on senior night. The crowd gets super into it. All the girls are super into it. And it's just a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think it's, they're feeding off this energy tonight. There's also this emotional piece with it being senior night as well. Although the seniors are really lucky because they technically get one more home meet next week when Eagle Championships will be held here at TU Arena. So while this is a somewhat of a send-off, it technically isn't, which is good. We'll get to see them one more time here at home.
Maybe that'll prevent me from being emotional later.
Yeah, so I missed the senior meet last year. Zoe informed me that she basically had a meltdown, saying goodbye to the seniors.
My freshman
it was
graduated.
Her freshman class, yes.
And now I have 2 more of them leaving the nest, and I'm not ready for it. Makes me feel old.
It makes you wonder also what's kind of going through their minds. I do remember, I don't remember my last meet in the Towson Center, which is what we competed in back in the day, but I do remember my final meet as a gymnast, but it didn't actually hit me until after the meet was over, and I looked at my other 2 senior teammates, and then we went, oh my gosh, that was it. We're done. And so I'm hoping it's the same thing because we were just so focused on the competition and what we needed to do. We didn't have to bring in that piece of this is it for us. And here we go with Grace Valancourt on floor. Yurchenko full with a stuck landing for GW.
Round off 1.5, right into a front layout. Beautiful.
So pretty. Oh,
beautiful leaps. And we're going to see this throughout Towson's floor lineup, just 2 pass floor routines. So getting ready for a second pass here. Rudy right into a straddle jump. So there's no requirement that you have to have 3 tumbling passes.
no.
If you can get all the bonus in within 2,
Yep.
you're good to go.
And that is a trend that you're seeing across the NCAA. A lot of it is also just to kind of protect the gymnasts, their knees, their ankles, the pounding. We're getting older. And so we have to kind of take care of our bodies, and that's one of the ways they can do it. Oh,
Beautiful routine to start.
it's interesting that she kind of was in the middle of the lineup last year and has switched to lead off. And I think it has been a really great thing for the Tigers because she is so clean and consistent on floor, and she kind of sets the bar right there. And another Yurchenko full slight hop for GW on vault.
And then a nice bar routine over for William & Mary on bars.
Here you'll see the replay on that. Really nice form in the air. Just a slight hop.
9-9.
Oh, starting off with a 9-9. And super senior Jenna Wheats on floor.
Getting ready for her first tumbling pass. Front tuck through to a double back. Chest was a little low on that landing there. Getting that ring jump back in that we saw on beam.
Yeah.
And Jenna's really been a staple in this floor lineup for the past 5 years. And Jenna's also one of those athletes that nothing seems to faze her. Jenna never has a bad attitude in the gym. She's always laughing, always smiling. The last pass here, round off back handspring, double pike. Jess was much better on that one. Another solid floor routine for the Tigers.
A little low on that first pass and a little over rotation on that last pass. Other than that, no deductions in this routine.
Gonna see a replay of her last pass here.
Really nice height on that. You'll see she just pulled it under a little more than she needed to. She just wanted to make sure she was gonna land that with her chest up, super high.
Big Tkachev over on even bars for William and Mary. Right over to a shoot over down to the low bar. Blindfold double tuck with that
Nice stuck landing.
Nice routine.
And just a regular souk full in the laid out position for GW. You don't see too many of those anymore. That's pretty old school. And a 9-8 on floor for Jenna. Up next is sophomore Carmela Calafati.
First tumbling pass here. Front handspring double full into a front pike. So difficult to connect those two elements together.
That was one of the cleaner ones I've seen her do all season too.
Now with these two pass full routines, the leaps and the jumps become super important. If you don't get a leap or a jump all the way around, or you miss a connection, that will greatly impact your start value. So those leaps become super important. Rudy back to a layout and then into a straddle jump. Another solid floor routine.
Great job on floor for Carmela. Beautiful. And she knew it. I'll say that's one of the things I've really enjoyed seeing kind of Towson work on is what I call like the performance value or performance quality. You know, giving face, showing that emotion, really drawing in not just the crowd, but, you know, showing off in front of the judges. Let them know, hey, that was awesome, couldn't you tell? You know, it's important. It is influential. If you go out with a, you know, just a face with no emotion, the judges feed off of that. And if you go out there and let the judges know, hey, I just did something amazing, they're going to feed off of that.
GW is having a huge vault rotation.
Yeah. Yurchenko full, pretty big hop on the landing. Clara Hong on the floor for the Tigers.
Front handspring, double front.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Really pretty.
And that's a very difficult tumbling pass to show that you have a controlled landing. It's very easy to either step backwards or step forwards and
bounce
kind
out
of
of it.
be a little not controlled with it.
Oh, beautiful leap and jump series there.
Layout half right into
Wow.
a front full. Beautiful.
So Claire has been in and out of the floor lineup all season. Some of it is due to just kind of protecting where she's having some nagging injuries, little inconsistency, but man, she put on a show tonight. And another stuck Yurchenko full for GW over on vault. I guess they got the memo about sticking your landings towards the end of the season there for GW.
I think they figured it out. And GW has to be approaching a season high team score.
Double layout there, peeled off a little early, so under rotated, had to take that step forward for William and Mary. Yeah, GW just went 49.375 on vault, capped off with a 9.925 for one of their gymnasts. They should be super proud of themselves.
They should.
For their performance tonight. We have Elise Tisler on floor for the Tigers.
Front layout, front full, right into a Rudy.
Wow.
And Elise is one of those gymnasts who really shows off the choreography. And you can tell she's a performer. She enjoys getting out in front of the crowd.
Yeah. And then she combines that with beautiful leaps and jumps and beautiful tumbling. It's the whole package.
Beautiful.
What control.
And to do that coming back off of an Achilles injury,
I know.
so impressive.
So proud of her for all the fight that she's given, the struggle to come back after injury. Just amazing. And 9.875 on floor for Clara Hong right before Elise.
Getting a replay here of that first tumbling pass.
Woo.
Chest is up, controlled the landing. Finishing with her last pass here. Round off 1.5 right into a punch front layout. The smile says it all.
Exclamation point.
over on uneven bars for William and Mary.
And a 9-9 for Elise Tisler on floor.
Unfortunately, a fall over on bars. Just couldn't quite get that pirouette skill all the way around.
I believe she might be an exhibition, so that routine won't go towards their team score.
Huge first tumbling pass coming up here. Oh! With that stuck landing. I don't even know what to say after that. We might just have to sit back and watch the rest of this one.
I'm with you. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Hold that double tuck around. I mean, what can you say?
Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. That was phenomenal. You know, the Tigers went into this meet knowing that they're going to qualify to regionals, but they are fighting to skip that first play-in round and get right into the second round. And they need a big score to do that. And I think they said, we're just going to do that tonight because they put on a show tonight. And again, still not perfect.
Counting a 9.675 on beam.
9.675 on beam. No stuck landings on vault. I mean, really just... the sky is the limit for this team, and they have one more meet on Sunday to improve their chances even more to kick it into that next, level, getting right into the second round of regionals. We have super senior Cami Vitoff doing an exhibition floor routine to cap off the night for the Tigers.
First pass here, round up back handspring. Oh, a little bit too much power.
A little too much power, darn it. She did land a little straight-legged also, which kind of contributed to the bounce.
But I think this routine for Cami is just to get out there one more time.
Yeah,
enjoy the moment.
This is all about having fun right here for her. And what's interesting this routine could be in the lineup. That's how hard it is to break into this floor lineup. And she was fighting for it. She told me at the beginning of the season, she said, I'm getting in this floor lineup. But it is a hard one to break into. Oh, what a great finish for Cami Vitoff today.
Cami's done so much for this program over the past 5 years.
And Ratasha finished with a 9.925 on floor. The Tigers finishing with a 49.4 on floor. Wow. Look at the look on Cammie's face. I love it. Super special gymnast. All right, well, that does it for tonight's competition. So stay tuned for the final results. We'll be back in a minute. thank you for joining us this evening. We have some really exciting news. Towson breaking their program score, final score, that they already broke earlier this season, has broken it again with a 197.5. I mean, just amazing. And you just saw there Elise Tisler finishing first on vault. And so you're going to see they're doing the individual awards.
With a 990 from Towson, Grace Valancourt. And in first place with a 9975, also from Towson, Bella Minervini.
And Bella Minervini first on bars with a 9975.
On balance beam, tied for second with a 9925 from GW, Maya Peters. Tied for second from Towson with a 9925, Lauren Keener.
And Lauren Keener
And the event
with a great score as the lead off on beam for the Tigers, finishing in second.
Sarah Giroux.
And Sarah winning beam on senior night
And on floor,
with a 995, just amazing.
9925, Natasha Halsell from Towson.
Tasha finishing on floor,
Place from GW,
third place.
9950, Diana Charmita. And the winner on floor, also from GW, with a 9975, Kendall Whitman.
And Kendall Whitman with that 9975, and really one of the most amazing floor routines done in college gymnastics.
In third place with 194.700, William and Mary.
So William and Mary finishing with a 194.7. GW breaking their season record also tonight, breaking into the 197s, 197.2. And as we said, the Tigers finishing first tonight with a season and program record 197.5. So what that does for us is replaces a 196.3 in our NQS, really shooting our average NQS score up and hopefully moving us up in the rankings, as we were talking earlier, to get right into that second round. So the final home meet of the season is always bittersweet as we recognize our seniors and the contributions they have made towards the gymnastics program. It's hard to put into words what these ladies mean to Towson Gymnastics and how they help put the Tigers back in the spotlight, honoring the legacy of the teams that came before them and laying the foundation for the teams that will come after they finish their careers. On behalf of the alumni and Tiger fans, we thank you, Sarah Giroux, Amanda Petticelli, Cassidy Stewart, Grace Valancourt, Cami Vitoff, and Jenna Wheats.
Sophia Wang.
So we're honoring the seniors from the other teams right now as well.
Tori Sykes.
And you stay tuned for the senior awards for the Towson gymnasts.
And now, head coach Jade Ramirez, assistant coach Ashley Sauer, and volunteer assistant Jazz Kaufman would like to recognize this year's Towson Gymnastics senior class. This class has led the Tigers to 3 consecutive NCAA appearances, as well as the Eagle Conference Championship for the first time in program history last season.
And we love how, so Jenna did get honored last year as a senior as well before knowing if she was coming back, and her parents were here to walk her out. This year, 2 former Tiger gymnasts are walking her out as Jenna's parents were unable to make it this week. So we have former Tiger standout Lauren Bolin and Amy Stewart walking out super senior Jenna Wheats.
And of course today, the highest score ever produced. First up, Jenna Wheats. Jenna has competed in 66 meets for the Tigers, the most of any gymnast in program history. She has competed on beam, floor, and vault, earning career highs of 9.9 or higher in all 3 events. She scored a 9925 on beam as a freshman and was named Eagle Specialist of the Week twice during the 2020 She was named first team All-Eagle beam twice and second team on vault and in floor. Weeks is a member of the Towson's 1,500-point club. She was awarded the 2024 George McKinney Alumni Award along with teammate Amanda Petticelli. Jenna graduated in May 2023 with a communications degree and a minor in marketing. She will graduate this May with a master's. Jenna is joined by her best friends and former teammates, Lauren Boland and Amy Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny, Jenna, Minnie Weeks. Next, Camille Biddle. Biddle has competed in 65 meets for the Tigers, the second highest in program history. She competed in all-around for the Tigers during her sophomore season, posting career highs 39.125, finishing second in the Eagle Championships before transitioning to primarily vault and bars for the rest of her collegiate career. Biddle made history as the first Towson gymnast to complete the Yurchenko 1.5. Camille was named to the first team All-Eagle vault 3 times, second team All-Eagle bars, second team All-Eagle all-around, first team All-Tournament vault, and all-around, as well as All-Eagle Scholastic team twice. Biddle ranks third in program history on vault with a 9.925, scoring the perfect multiple times. She set a career best 9.90 on bars this season. She is also in the 1,000-point club. Biddle graduated in December of 2022 with a degree in exercise science, and she's going to earn her master's in health sciences with a concentration in community health this May. Joining Cami today is her mother, Mary Mather, and her father, Matt Biddle. Ladies and gentlemen, Cami Biddle. Next we have Sarah Giroux. Sarah has competed on bars and beam throughout her career as a Tiger. She set career highs in both events this season, logging a 9.875 on bars, and today she set a career best on beam. That's her career best that she set last Sunday against Maryland. She won Towson's Female Strength and Conditioning Awards at the 2023 Golden Balls and has been named All-Eagle Scholastic Team 2 times. Sarah is going to graduate in May with a degree in exercise science. She is joined by family members David Giroux, Christine Fox, Connor Giroux, Raven Giroux, Christine Giroux, Gary Stoll.
Sarah brought the whole gang out tonight.
She did.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Giroux. Next up, Amanda Petticelli. The Canadian who specialized in bars and floor during her time as a Tiger. She hit a career high 9.825 on bars earlier this season. Amanda was named All-Eagle Scholastic Team and was the 2020 recipient of the George McKinney Alumni Award for her constant dedication to the team. Amanda will graduate in May with a degree in business administration with a concentration in marketing. She is joined tonight by her father, Dino Petticelli, and her mother, Kathy Diorio. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Petticelli. Next we have Cassidy Stewart. Stewart competed in the lineup 24 times for the Tigers before being medically retired and transitioning to a student manager during her senior season. During her freshman, sophomore, and junior campaigns, Cassidy competed primarily on beam, hitting a career high 9.90 in February 2021. Stewart was also named to the All-Eagle Scholastic Team twice. Cassidy will graduate in May with a degree in exercise science. She is joined by her graduating in May in the degree, get this, molecular biology, biochemistry, and bioinformatics. Grace is joined by her parents, Camille and Keith Valancourt. Ladies and gentlemen, Grace Valancourt.
So here you see all of the Towson seniors lining up. And again, I don't think we can express how grateful we are that they were a part of our program. They've continued to push the boundaries, tonight breaking more records. It's just phenomenal. And those are going to be some big shoes to fill next season. Yeah. But I think, as I said earlier, what they've done is really laid a foundation for future teams to build on. And I look forward to having them join the alumni family.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out to support the Towson Gymnastics team. We really appreciate you coming out today.
So Zoe, I mean, I don't think we can express enough how excited we are about tonight's competition. They were just solid right from the start. Confidence just oozing out of their pores tonight. And, you know, at the beginning of the season, that is not something we were seeing from them.
No.
And I am just so impressed with this team and how hard they have been fighting all season and focusing on that goal. They knew this season, their goals, you know, break the 197, get the regular season Eagle Championship, which they did. And I'm sure winning the conference championship next week is also one of their goals, as well as going to regionals. And I think the sky's the limit for the rest of the season for this team. So the final regular season meet, we'll see the Tigers at George Washington for a tri-meet with Penn State on Sunday, this Sunday, March 15th at 1 p.m. And we are excited to share that the Eagle Conference Championships will be held at Towson University on March 23rd at 4 p.m. Zoe, what are your final thoughts for tonight?
I mean,
You didn't cry, so good job.
I didn't. I held it together. Pretty proud of that. So, I mean, a 197.5, that brought tears to my eyes, not even the
Right.
senior night stuff. It's just, this team continues to just bust through boundaries every
Yeah.
single meet. And it was a rough start to the season. We had like a
It was
194 thrown in there.
Scary.
Yeah.
We had a 47 on beam at one point. I mean, honestly, I was almost like, do we just wipe the season out and forget about it? Like,
And
But-
just to fight back from that,
yeah.
to get that 197.4 that we got a couple weeks ago, and now to break that record again and go 197.5. I don't
Yeah.
even have words for
I
that.
know. It's phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Well, there you see some of our seniors again. I mean, just, you know, these are such bittersweet moments for these ladies. And I think, you know, I've been saying it, you don't realize how fast this goes. I feel like Grace and Sarah and Amanda just walked in the doors a few months ago. And here they are already seniors making such huge contributions. And Cassidy, Jenna, and Cammie, huge contributions to this program and setting the future up for, you know, more things to come. So on behalf of the Towson Sports Network, we thank you for tuning in to this evening's event and look forward to having you join us again on March 23rd for the Eagle Conference Championships. I'm Tandy Knight along with Zoe Packard. Have a great weekend and go Tigers!